Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the SBI Securities Daily Morning Podcast. So, friends, it was an eventful week last week with railway and defense stocks buzzing in trade. The benchmark indices ended Friday on a flat note, while the broader markets outperformed, with the mid cap index up 0.8% and small cap index also ending up 0.8%. Among the major gainers were ONGC, Reliance Industries, Cipla, NTPC, L&T, Power Grid, and ITC. While on the losing side, we had HDFC Bank post the disappointing Q1 update, Titan, Tata Steel, Ultratech Cement, HCL Tech, as well as TCS. Sectorally, on Friday, the energy index outperformed with a gain of 1.7%, industrials were up 1.5%, healthcare index was up 1%, while on the losing side, the financial services index was down 0.6%, the consumer durable index was down 0.4%, while the IT and realty index ended relatively flat. On the advanced decline side, the advances were 2,242 compared to 1,686 declines, so slight advantage to the bulls. 245 stocks scaled 52-week highs with names like Blue Star, Cochin Shipyard, Data Patterns, Dodla Dairy, HFCL, Jupiter Wagons, and NBCC, while 13 stocks ended at 52-week lows. Coming to the institutional fund flow, so FIIs had a net buy figure of 1,241 crores, while DIIs net sold 1,651 crores on Friday in the cash market. Looking at the global cues today, so US markets ended higher on Friday after the June jobs report was although higher than estimate, but have raised expectations of rate cuts from the Fed. The Asian markets today are trading mixed, and the GIFT Nifty is indicating a flat opening. Towards the middle of the session, the European opening would be keenly tracked as the leftist parties are leading in the initial trends of counting in the French parliamentary elections. So European markets would be in focus, particularly the CAC, which is the French index. Coming to the stock specific news, so plenty of quarterly updates, starting with Tata Motors. The company reported 5% YOY growth in JLR wholesale volumes and 9% YOY growth in the retail volumes for Q1. So positive for Tata Motors. Marico, the domestic business, posted volume growth on a sequential basis, a modest volume growth, while the international business grew in double digit in constant currency terms. The consolidated revenue was up in high single digits, and the company has guided for slight improvement in margin in Q1. So neutral for Marico in the short term. Similar is the case with Dabur. The company has reported mid to high single digit revenue growth in Q1 and strong growth in constant currency terms in the international business. And the Dabur too has guided for slight improvement in margin, so neutral for Dabur as well. Titan reported a subdued set of numbers, so 9% revenue growth on a standalone basis, and the jewelry business was impacted by lower wedding days as well as high gold prices during the quarter, which impacted the overall consumer sentiments and footfalls at these stores. So negative for Titan in the near term. Adani Wilmar reported strong update, volume growth of 13% year on year and branded export volume growth of 36% YOY. So positive for Adani Wilmar. Updates from a couple of banks. So IndusInd Bank reported net loan growth of 16% year on year and deposit growth was up 15% year on year. So positive for IndusInd Bank. Bank of Baroda loan growth was up 8.5% YOY, while the deposits were up 5% on a YOY basis. So neutral to positive for Bank of Baroda. Indian Bank loan growth was 12.7% YOY, while deposits were lower than the loan growth at 9.5% YOY. So neutral to positive for Indian Bank as well. Tata Steel, the crude steel production saw 5% year-on-year jump in Q1, and however it was lower on a sequential basis due to the planned maintenance shutdowns. And the Indian volumes grew 3% year-on-year. So positive for Tata Steel as well. Coming to Signature Global, the Delhi NCR based real estate developer pre-sales were up 3.5 times to 3,120 crore in Q1, and collections were also up twofold. So pretty strong update from Signature Global. Positive opening is expected. Nykaa or FSN e-commerce, the consolidated revenue growth in Q1 is expected to be around 22 to 23% YOY, and the GMV growth is also expected to be in the mid-20s on a YOY basis. The company, however, has indicated that the fashion industry continues to be under pressure, so neutral to positive for FSN e-commerce. Coming to the other updates, KPI Green Energy, the company has signed a power purchase agreement for a 50 megawatt solar wind hybrid project with Gujarat Urja Vikas Nigam, so positive for KPI Green. PCBL, the company has received a patent for an invention, hybrid carbon black grade comprising graphene, which will improve the performance of rubber compounds, so positive for PCBL as well in the medium to long term. Coming to the block deals, so Signity Technologies, Coforge bought additional 16.9% stake at 1399 rupees per share. So the acquisition, the Coforge looking to acquire Signity Tech and has purchased additional stake. Coming to the bulk deals, so Quant Mutual Fund sold 2.5% stake in HEG at 2,260 rupees per share. Bajaj Healthcare, Ma Sharda distributor, sold 3.6% stake at 317 rupees per share. Inox Green Energy Services Dovetail India Fund sold 0.6% stake at 168 rupees per share, and MedPlus Health Services PI Opportunities Fund sold 2.5% stake at 680 rupees per share. Coming to the corporate action, so CAMS will go ex dividend today. So that's it on the podcast update today. Have a great week and have a happy trading session today. Thank you.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.